guys, it's Kate. I'm here with a collage. I wanted to work in my journal today, so I grabbed some of these jelly prints that I just did to use as some collage paper out of, like, I don't know, the 50 million I made the other day. And I had this in my paper scraps. It's something I don't know, I printed from somewhere a long time ago, and at some point put some liner on it. So I went ahead and fussy cut this out because the colors go so well. I also found this in my paper stash and I really love the texture here, so I might use a little of this. And this actually came from Michael's, and it's this really beautifully textured paper. And I've got some ideas for this too. So why don't we hang out together, chit chat a little bit, and do this 2-page spread in my art journal. So I'm gonna put this aside. That's gonna be my focal point. And I'm just kind of looking at my papers here. First, let me tear out the elements here that I think I'm gonna maybe use. So, you know what, first, let me go ahead and tear this. Nice. I love a good clean tear. Alright. Now, do I want this whole thing? I'm not sure. But I'll leave this till later and we'll see. So let's check these out. I think I would like this. What do we think? Maybe on that or on this or that. What do you think of this? That might be too much. Let me see. What do you guys think? That might work. Let's see. This is like a nice paper. Let's try. This actually came in a leftover Halloween pack that was being sold on clearance. It has a couple of metallics and some orange in it and some white, I think. I kind of like that frayed edge. It's sort of hard to tear, at least along this edge. I like that. That's nice. Okay. I really like how that looks. Okay, let's do this. How's that? Okay. I'm just sort of laying out my paper and we'll see how this looks. And I'm just going to cut these little white edges off. Other than that, I'm not really too concerned about where this goes, or I guess not where it goes, but how far from the edge it is. I like that. And then maybe we do this little bottom edge here. I say. It's like impossible to choose correctly, it seems like. What do we think, guys? Who's to say? I wonder if we might do a little piece here, like this. What do you think of that? Isn't it always tough choosing? Well, I guess there's nothing we can do except to do it, right? So let's start gluing. And we'll see where it takes us. And I'm just got my glue stick out to make it faster. And that way I don't have to wait for anything to dry. But you could go over it with some matte medium, Mod Podge, anything you like. And then also you can go over the top after everything's in place. So I'm going to start with this piece here. And make sure it goes down to the edge. Just like this. Like that. And what if actually, what if we did, I have an idea. Let's see. Okay, I'm going to cut off this edge here. And see what to do about this one. It's too hard, guys. Okay. And I am going to trim the edges of this too once everything is done and laid. That way the edges will be nice and crisp. What do we think of that? And maybe how does that work? Let's just go with it. That would have been the easy way to tear it. Let's see, maybe make this a little bit better. Yes. Now I'm going to glue this also, and hopefully it sticks well. I don't want to lose that lovely texture. Nice. I'm just sticking down these couple little edges and tearing off the top there, just like that. Now I have kind of an idea, and I don't know how it would turn out, but I really want to use some more of this copper paint that I've got here. So I think I'm gonna. So I've got this plate here. I'll just put a little dab in there and take a dry brush and I am just going to do just on those ridges. I love the texture and I really want to bring that out. Just like that. I like that. Hopefully you can see it on the screen. Just enough to make it blend, make it a little bit richer. Yes, that is gorgeous. What do you think of that? Now I think I need a little bit of a stencil, and I've got these balls. So I think I'm going to repeat that on this side to tie it all together. Okay, what I think I'm going to do, I have this little makeup sponge here, so I am going to grab this and go over my stencil with that beautiful copper. And we'll see how that turns out. Let's see. Lovely. All right, let me grab a little bit more paint. Okay. Let's get some more going with this stencil. I love that, how it looks. And that ties it together. And I'm just going over it pretty lightly, not too thick of a paint layer, although I'm sure it's a little thicker in some places than others. But I think that looks gorgeous. I'm going to put just a little bit down here, just to blend it to the edge of the page. What do you think? Maybe add just a hint over here. Like that. Yes. Okay. Let's keep going. While that kind of dries, I'm going to start collaging this side. And I really like to use this as a main point over here. So I am going to first tear off these white edges. Nice. Or do we want this? Let's do that. And then What do we think of this, guys? Whoops. I like that a lot. All right, let's do it. Before we have time to change our minds, right? I'm going to start with the bottom piece and get this glue on. And there must be 100 different ways to put this down on paper, but you just have to choose something, I guess, right? Need to line things up better too. Okay, perfect. Now I'll start with this one. Wonderful. I'm always afraid that I'm not going to glue it enough, but I probably glue it way too much, right? Who knows? That looks good to me. Okay, now for this one. Nice. I am loving how this is turning out. I really am. It looks beautiful. I'm going to do the same thing on this side with that copper paint because that looks awesome. I love that. Okay. Nice, nice, nice. Okay. Okay, I took a quick break to cut my edges and also my camera stopped recording anyway, so it was all for the best. So I've got the edges in my pages cut just to clean it up a little bit and I can see what I'm working with. So what I'm going to do next is take this and bring it over to this side. So I'm grabbing my stencil again, and actually before I do that, I am going to grab my brush and do the same thing to this purple. And get that copper color on there. I just love that metallic. And I guess I might be going a little heavy-handed with it, but I just love that color. It's beautiful. Nice. Okay, now let me get this in my rinse water and get the paint off the brush. Now let me go in with my little sponge and we'll do some more stenciling. Just like this. Okay. And I'm going to let it come right off the page up here and bring everything together. And add a couple of more right here. Just like that. Okay. Now I want to go in to the copper with my brush and do a little bit on these flowers. And paint those in. I might need just a hint more paint. Well, a little too much came out. And I'm just going to go over this kind of lightly, or try to. I just want that extra shimmer, but I like that contrast with the white, so I don't want to go over it with a lot of paint. I think that looks pretty good. What do you think? Nice. I got some paint on my thumb. What are you gonna do? Okay. Now this side's dry, so I'm going to go over this with my glue and get this attached. Okay, and this I just printed on regular inkjet paper. Nothing, no big deal. How about we put our rose right here? I like that. Seems like it just doesn't want to stick, does it? I love this. Okay. Well, that looks awesome. Do we want anything else on here? I don't know. I wonder what it would look like with a little bit of copper just around the edges of this rose. Almost like a background that's coming out of the leaves. And just tone down that white around the outside just a little bit. That looks pretty good to me. It's got the sparkle, it's got the texture, it's got the color for sure. I really enjoyed this. What do you think? I think we might call this done. I hope you enjoyed doing this with me today, and I know I can't say where I got this or what. It's just been too long, but if you have any elements, if you have some Gelli pages that you've done, oh my gosh, it's just the best for collage. And oh, if any of you are interested, this is the pack of paper I got from Michael's. So it's actually Halloween leftover. I think they had it on sale like 70% off or something. So I don't know. Who knows when you'll watch this video, but we'll see. But anyway, this is just the best. I love it. And I hope that you enjoyed hanging out with me today while we did this project together. I'm going to lift this up just so you can see a closer look, and look at that shimmer. That copper is incredible. Until next time, guys, keep creating.